And we are back. Less tech and more neck.
Let's take more neck. Y'all hear what I say? Let's take more neck for your mother and your brother. We gon' hear from Eric and DeVanté. It's strange times and these are strange days, and it's strange people living strange ways. So expect, let's take more neck.
This is Eric, and DeVanté is gone playing in Dallas right now. Today, I have Isaac, a really good friend that I've known for 10 years now. We're just talking about he's basically not a hookup guy. So elaborate on that more, Isaac.
Well, no one wants to hear the sad story of how I've only been with 3 women my entire life.
It's not a bad thing.
Three,
man,
that's my body count. That's what the young people say. What's your body count? I'm like, oh my God, 3, but it's not how many times I've actually, gotten it in or whatever, but
3 partners. So.
3 partners. And I've dated every single one. One was high school. One was basically after college, my college, tech school, trade school. And then my current wife.
Yeah. And how long have you been with her?
10 years.
10 years. Yeah, as long as I've known.
420 was 10 years of dating.
Yep.
420 was 5 years of marriage.
Has it been 5 years now?
Yes, 2018.
2018. Holy shit. That's so
2018. No one's going to forget my fucking anniversary.
So, for the listeners, how old are you?
I am 34.
34 and been with 3 women.
Yeah.
And that's pretty astonishing in today's world.
I know.
For
I
anybody.
No regrets. I mean, everyone wants to. It's not like I didn't want to try. Like, I don't know. What am I trying to say?
It's not that you're not attracted to multiple women. I get what you're saying. You're just, you're not hooking up with women. Like, obviously, I like partaking in.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I've been with McKenna before, like Tinder and all that too.
Well, yeah.
So I never saw all that.
Well, and
there was like Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish was like, I remember my roommate Nate signed me up for a Plenty of Fish.
So yeah, I was okay. What is that? Your dating experience online is Plenty of Fish when you were? I'm assuming it's been early 20s.
I think that was even before number 2.
Oh, before you dated the second girl. But either way, you didn't make it yourself. Someone else made it. And at that point, it would have been, 2009, 2010, something like that?
Yeah, 10 or 11.
10 or 11. Okay, so back then, I mean, again, I know that's a little over a decade ago. Online dating
that was like, there wasn't even I didn't even have an iPhone. I think I still had my...
They were out, but not everyone had them yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was before they like, if you were dating online, you're kind of weird. Like, that's when dating online was weird.
Well,
or for like older people.
My photo was like from my LG 3 Envy or whatever the hell I had, the old school brick phone with the full keyboard. Like, I remember that phone I thought was the shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Nate had a BlackBerry. Remember those were a thing?
Oh yeah. No, I remember.
And then something happened and those died out.
Well, yeah, it all got replaced by the screen. I'd say 2012. It was pretty mainstream. Everyone had at least touch screen phone at that point, 12, 13. Not everybody, but anyone.
No, I did. I went from that Envy to like an iPhone. I don't know what it was at
3.
that point. It was like a 3 or a 4.
Oh, I think that was my first one around then too. So again, your experience with dating, not apps, but dating online was really it was on the computer. It was probably pre having a smartphone.
Definitely.
Okay. So
it was the old... I'd like to quote unquote say traditional, like, I'm going to pick a girl up at a bar. But, when you don't know how to close, then if you're just going to like make out with them, you don't know how to close, then that's how you end up at 3, dude.
I know. That's not a bad thing, man. If you ever.
I have no regrets.
Ignorance is bliss.
No regrets.
Was not envious of you at all through our friendship. But now I'm like, man, like, I wish I didn't know what I did know. Because it's a lot easier to be with one person if you don't know what like 2 mouths on your dick feel like. It's as you...
I've only read about that in books. Not the screen.
Yeah. Let's, And again, I have already talked about that. But needless to say, do you remember when because we were friends, I think, when I started using the dating apps. Do you kind of remember when me or who else was
I
using
definitely remember, like,
because I remember I'd show
using
you.
your Tinder, being like,
Yeah.
I'm on Tinder for you, bro.
Yeah, like I know I
And
used
just
to
like,
show you.
it was so funny because I'm here like clicking into their profile being like, well, she looks fun. She's standing next to a snowboard on the top of a mountain. Look at how, oh my God. And you're like, dude, swipe right. Or is it, I don't even know. Is it right? Left?
Yeah, right for yes, left
Yeah.
for no.
Like, this is how you do it. Right.
Yep.
You always see everyone doing that. Right.
For men, that's what they do. Not women. It's left for
Okay,
women.
well.
So, but again, you missed all
I'm
that.
all
Did
clicking
you-
on everyone's
Yeah.
profile, though.
Obviously, you were with somebody. How did that make you feel? Were you just like, oh shit, that would have been fun to have. That would have been like, oh, more choice. And of course, now I can ask these girls out and look at them and without ever facing rejection. Did you think that would be cool?
No, I definitely, like, face value, I would say I'd be like, oh, I'm jealous. Like, wow, look at all these options. But like, when it comes down to the brass tacks of it, I'd be like, no, see, you don't know how to close. And it's just like, I don't regret anything. And even when I was, that sounds really bad, but like when I was with McKenna using your Tinder, that first half second, it would be easy to be like, yeah, see, you could be doing this too. Look at all these girls you could fuck. Look at all this. Look at all these options. But then like coming down to the brass tacks being like, no, that's just not you. You're not going to fuck any of these girls. You're just going to swipe right on every single one and get no matches. And even if you do, you're not going to do anything about it. Because that's what it was with Plenty of Fish. It was like, I don't know how it really operated. I don't really remember, but I remember talking to multiple girls and my roommate who, what would you say? He was the opposite of me. He was able to close, you could say.
Yeah, he was
He
like
knew, he knew how to play the game.
Yeah. He's a good-looking dude, well-spoken, confident. I mean, he was a player.
Redshirted for the CSU football team.
Yeah. He was a player.
Yeah. He knew what to do. He knew what to say, where I'm over here just not, so I have no regrets.
No.
It all played out how it was supposed to play out.
No, yeah. I was just curious of what your perception of me using it was. Because everyone else was in a relationship at that point too. Tad was with Mary. Like, I was probably the only one that you really knew that was actively using it and like could actually look at it, besides maybe coworkers.
You were definitely the only person that was not only actively using it, but like actively successfully using it. Like,
okay.
There was other people that I saw or knew, but it was just like my story where it's just like, oh, I just like can't. No, I don't get any matches or this or that, and it's.
So you'd hear that from what, coworkers or
that's
other
what my
friends?
coworker is right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got like all these Bumble matches and this and that, and I'm convinced he just doesn't want to. He's not ready to like be committed in a relationship because he's like, all these girls like want to text, and like I'm just not trying to text, and I'm like, if you're not trying to talk to any girl, then you're not gonna be with anyone.
And how old is your coworker?
He's like 26, 25, 26.
Okay, but he's actively using the dating apps, like everyone is basically now. Not a lot.
And then my other coworker, who's 21,
yeah,
he's dating a girl, lives with a girl, and he met her on Tinder. Well, I don't know. He lives with her. He's 21. She's 20. They live together. He claims that he was almost given up on Tinder or the apps.
So 7 of every 10 relationships now are started online. Huh.
It doesn't surprise me.
Would you say this guy's pretty confident in real life? Would you guess your coworker would be the kind of guy that would go approach a girl, especially sober, but we'll just say even at a bar drunk? Would he be that kind of guy the one that's living with his girlfriend?
I don't know. Maybe in the right scene. I went out with him last weekend.
Yeah.
We went to, dude, it was great. I haven't been out in so long, and I thought, I'm trying to be Mr. fucking old dick over here. I'm 34 years old. He's 21. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dude, you got to park your car on Mountain because they don't have the time limit. So you can leave your car and pick it up on Saturday. We go there, park there. Oh, fuck. They changed it. It's literally 2-hour parking starting at 8 a.m. Oh, well, never mind. And then we're just like, we go to this place, and I'm like, oh, yeah, here we go. This, that, blah, blah. We go to Tony's. I'm like, dude, you got to go to Tony's. And he's like, for sure, more like metal. like long hair. He's in a band, all this shit, you know. We go to fucking Tony's, dude. These two guys are like the only white guys in Tony's. And I could tell they were like slightly uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, we can leave. And we're upstairs at Tony's, and I'm also just like, holy shit, when did they finish the whole like up here? Like it used to be open. And I'm just saying everything that I was saying, I was wrong about. Like about the like bar scene. I'm just like, dude, all right, we're leaving. Let's go. We try and go out that back door down the stairs of Tony's. Yeah. The bouncer's like, nah, bro, you can't get you gotta go out the front fucking door. And I'm like, oh my God. He was like gonna beat me up. I'm like, take it easy, dude. Then we go to Trailhead, and I'm like standing at the bar, and everyone's like, there's a line right here. And I'm like, oh my God, like when is there a line at the cash register at Trip? Like, I don't know. I don't remember any of that. I was wrong about a lot of shit, essentially. I can't remember it all, but it was a lot. It was kind of funny because I was wrong about a lot of shit. I was like, well, I guess that's a good thing because I have a kid and a wife and a house, and that just means that I don't come out to the fucking bars anymore.
That is a good thing, trust me. Because I knew all that stuff, and I'm like, I'm 30, going to be 33, and I'm like, I shouldn't know that stuff anymore. Yeah. So
I was the only thing that's changed is a lot more women are not wearing bras, and I'm not mad about it. I was just like, this, I don't remember this shit at all. Like there's like
the dress is different.
No one's wearing bras anymore, and I'm okay with it.
You should come to the gym sometime.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. This is a thing now?
You okay. See what girls wear. It's basically like the
I'm like, the bitches in Costco don't do this, but I mean, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, very different times. But again, just that decade that you've been with your wife, everything has changed. You know, I mean, yes. It really has. And, you know, it's endless choice. Be who you want to be. Just go have fun. Who cares? And it's like, okay, well, we can all live our lives that way. I think you've known me well enough. You're like, that's how this motherfucker lives his life for sure. But eventually it catches up to you.
I think it's more just like the main thing that I've maybe seen throughout the 10 years of being with someone and watching people, including you, on dating apps, you think you have this unlimited option, which, I mean, I guess you do. I mean, you're just endless somehow, especially in a town like this.
Yeah, and as a guy, you can imagine, like, endless pussy, which we all know for a man is fucking badass. I mean, let's be real. Like, every guy wants that. Whether you act on it or not is obviously up to you and at your discretion and what you can actually achieve. But that's how men think. And again, that's where I try to get women or men and women to understand each other is that, look, this is how men think. Don't fucking shame us, but just know that all this attention you're getting online is, 1,500 plus likes is not real. Because how many women have you actually asked out in real life?
Exactly.
Like, how many women do you actually have the balls to go up and talk to in person?
Yeah.
It takes fucking balls because rejection sucks.
Yeah. Well, and that just goes along the lines of just, I used to have a Facebook too. And I was that asshole on Facebook where you either loved me or you fucking hated me, because I would just call it as it is. And I would just write on your wall, just call you out for your stupid shit. And, I don't have any examples because I haven't had it in a long ass time, probably like 12 years, because I haven't had it at all with McKenna. But either way, like, it's so much easier to say things behind a screen that you wouldn't say to someone's face. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, I had like a self-reflection of just like, oh my God. To keep a long story short, my roommate's brother fucked this other girl that was in our like little social group, ruined his marriage, and I was actually better friends with them, but his wife just convinced me to direct message the girl's mom on how she's a cunt and ruined her marriage. And I did it because I was just an idiot and like and I was just like, oh my God, like, it was one of those, in the time I was just like, like, whatever.
You were young too, weren't you? Like, what, 20?
21. I was over 21.
Well, either way.
Just being ignorant.
Still young.
I mean, I also have a questionable last name for some people. They don't. I mean, I think it matters. Like,
people judge, absolutely.
if anyone already knows me, I feel weird like saying my full name, but it's Isaac Hussein, and it's AIN, not EIN, but everyone automatically assumes that I'm related to him. And like, I've dealt with it so much in my entire life that the whole sticks and stones will break your bones, words will never hurt you has been a positive thing and a negative thing. It's been positive in the fact that, you know, when I was picked on and bullied by other students, I don't want to say picked on, but said some fucked up racist things to me, you know, throughout my life, from friends, peers, parents, police officers, teachers. Like, it's been a good thing that I can just brush that off and be like, okay, well, yeah, fuck you too. But it's also been a bad thing because now I just say whatever the fuck I want, because I'm like, well, people are going to say whatever the fuck they want to me, but like, well, I can't say it back to you, you know? All of a sudden, like, me saying cunt is going to offend everyone. Okay, well, that's aggressive. Like, what about when they were calling me a sand nigger? Okay, that's aggressive too.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Oh, I get it.
So
it's
it amplified when I was on Facebook.
That's why you deleted Facebook.
That's exactly why I deleted Facebook, because I was just like,
Talking
you're
shit.
saying some wild shit, dude. Like, nah, I don't know. I wasn't calling everyone a sea hunter on Facebook, but you know, I wouldn't be afraid to drop it on someone's wall if they were being one. And it was bad, dude. It was bad. Like, it's just like,
oh, everyone's a hero when they're like on their phones and
exactly
and messaging. Yeah.
And so my point of that is, when you're on the dating app, swiping right, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not left. Right is yes.
Right is yes. Left is no.
When you're swiping right, you're probably that fraction of a second being like, yeah, I'm going to fuck them. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll do this. I'll do that. And then when it comes down to it, it's like, if you saw that same girl staring at the bar, like twirling her hair, waiting for someone to come
at a grocery store,
waiting for someone to buy her a drink, or at a grocery store waiting for a tall man to come pick the cereal box off the top shelf and spark conversation, you're not going to do that.
No.
And I didn't do that. I didn't have dating apps, but it's not like I did that shit either.
Yeah, even the most bold men, you don't see men just going up and like macking on every girl. I work at a gym, and I see it obviously, but it's rare, man. Like, men don't, it takes a lot of balls to go up and like approach a girl, especially cold approach without ever.
I was terrible at it.
That's what Tinder is.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally just a visual image. It'd be like looking at someone across the room.
Yeah.
What I've gotten girls to look at, like through the lens of a guy, is I play this game with girls at the gym where I say, okay, let's look around the gym. How many of these men do you even notice, or even attractive enough for you to notice? And they look and they're just like, oh, like maybe one of the entire gym. And, you know, at any given time at our gym, there's 50 to 100 people, we'll say. And that like 100 was pretty busy. But all right, so look around. How many men do you actually find attractive, or even like are just not invisible? And they're just like, oh my God, like one or two. They have to like really think about it. And a lot of times it's zero. They're like, well, what about girls for you? And I'm like, I look around, I'm like, I'd fuck like 50, 60% of the women in here. 70, you know?
I think that's more of a difference in how women versus men. That's like that.
Yeah. It's how we view
men,
the world.
When you ask a man that, like, what is like, rate this girl 1 to 10, it's always just like ass, titties, face type shit, you know, body, blah, 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 all that like face level
things, yeah,
like
very visual.
It's shallow
very,
as
very
fuck,
bad, yeah.
but you know, that's like when you ask a man that, in my opinion, my biased opinion, that's what a man goes to. But I feel like when you ask a woman, she's like, well, I need to see how he's like is with children, and what does he do, and this and that. And it's like, no, I'm asking, would you fuck that guy or not, you know?
Yeah. I just see if they like notice them, like as in a pure attraction trigger visually, because again, the apps are all visual. Yeah. So it's meant for visual cues of, okay, you're only going to swipe on the men you find attractive. Look around, how many of these men do you find attractive? And it's almost none. It's like maybe one of, you know, we'll just say 50 men in the gym, or none of 50 men, versus a male. When I tell them my number of, 50 to 60%, it's like, I'd probably hit 50, 60, 70, 80 sometimes percent of the women in here. It's me. I mean, we all know Eric. It's like 80%, but for most guys, maybe 50 to 60%. If you'd ask them that same question.
But see, the thing is you literally would. Like
Yeah,
if you
Well, yeah. No, continue.
if you actually could.
Okay,
Okay,
for the
old
record,
Eric, old Eric.
yeah. Well,
would.
but I even at the
Versus
Fort
like
Collins
me,
Club,
all I'm getting
yeah,
at is versus me.
Mm-hmm.
Even
you're
if I
not going-
could,
yeah,
I would like to say I would, but I wouldn't.
yeah,
I
but
would.
that's cool. That's not a bad. Trust me, man. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I know. I have no regrets.
Yeah. So, but again, you still can visually look and just be like, oh shit, like, not that you'd be like, oh, like that girl's hot. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh yeah, I'd like smash. Like it's a much higher percentage for men. Now each man is going to give a different answer, but I would say 30 to 60% yes, compared to like 0 to 1% for women. And again, you put everyone online with that mentality. Think about what's happened. And of course, we're all the same, and we all blow each other's backs out. And women, you fuck like men too. Me too, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, but that's training grounds for me. I mean, again, not that my kid was born from a dating app, but it's the hookup culture's more or less one and the same. It could have been a Netflix and chill night that I had my kid. So you have this entire culture now where it's just like you just fucking. Of course, all the women are going to the top guys. And so they've surveyed men and women, and they've shown since these apps have come out. So right when you met, really came out like broad scale Western cultures, right around when you met McKenna is literally the number of sexless men. It's like 1/3 of men, or like 50% of men are not having sex, because all the women are just like, well, if I can choose, I'm going to go for the hottest guy.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, well, fuck it, I'll share him. And I see it. And that transition point is phenomenal. And the guys that I know that are early 30s, our age, that, kind of got hooked on this, I mean, they're single.
I am pretty convinced that if I wouldn't have met McKenna and gotten married and all that and everything, and tried the Tinder, this farmers only, fucking Christian mingle, I don't even know what I would have tried to put on a front for and put, if I would have tried any and all of that, like, I don't think I would have been successful at all.
Mm-hmm. That's real. Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you don't get to be 34 years old, have sex with 3 women in your entire life, and go a couple years in a drought. Between the high school girl and number 2, it was like 3 years. 2.5, 3 years, something like that. To where it was like, I mean, you almost just kind of get complacent. You're just like, whatever. I'm just going to hear Nate fucking some girl down in the basement, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but I do believe, again,
I'm just going to play Halo 2 and listen, not even listen, Jesus. Unfortunately, listen to Nate pounding some girl down in the basement. I'm just going to be playing Halo 2 up here.
That's what most men are doing now. But they're your age doing that. They're literally sitting in their apartments, sitting in their parents' basements, playing video games like 50, 60 hours a week. I mean, we know men doing that. And I know.
I was doing that. I don't know about 50. I was playing 5-6 hours a night, though.
No. Well, because
I probably was 50, 60 hours because I was gaming on the weekends and all that. And it was just like.
Imagine, how would you feel if you were doing that today? Let's say you never met McKenna. Your life didn't turn out how it is today, and you were gaming, like living in some dude's basement or an apartment.
I don't know. Living in an apartment, single, just gaming.
Just getting
I feel like you're
gaming.
dropping one of my coworkers. Yeah, just getting high. Jesus.
At 34, though, I'm sure your coworker's a lot younger than 34.
Yeah, he's like 26 or 5 or something. Yeah, but he was also in a relationship. It's been like maybe a year he's been out of this relationship. He was in like a 2-year relationship, I think. And so he's still he's a good looking guy. I mean, if I was gay, I'd fuck him. But like, it's like he doesn't want to try. He just wants like the end result without having to try.
Okay.
Like he's just like, well, at least in my opinion, he just wants to. I show up to work almost every day, and I have a home cooked meal that my lovely, wonderful wife made for me. It's like leftovers from the night before. This motherfucker never has any food, And he's just like, I need to find myself a girl that can cook. And like, you know, and I tell him, he sees all the good things that I say, you know, I'm just like, oh, like me and McKenna did this. And like, you know, when you have that kind of like life partner that it's just like, oh, well, we went and did this stupid shit and it was really fun and blah, blah, blah. And like, meanwhile, he was getting high, moking. Well, he doesn't do that anymore, but like basically weed and tobacco and bong rips and just like playing video games. And he's like envious of it, or he sometimes portrays that he's envious of it, but he doesn't.
Of your life.
Just having like someone, and when you have two incomes, it's easier to afford things, you know, that's a factor. And just like having home cooked meals and someone to go home to. And like when he had his girlfriend, I mean, I don't really know. I feel kind of bad like talking about him. Like I don't really know that well, but like,
well, yeah, but I think he's one of millions, man. I mean, one of millions.
Yeah,
there's a ton of men.
I mean, he like talks about it like he's like envious of it, but then and like I said, he's a good looking dude, and he'll get like Bumble matches and this and that, and then he'll just be like, God, this girl's texting me, and it's like he doesn't want to text her, and it's like, well, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Don't ask me, but I would assume you would have to like text her and show a little bit of interest in her if you're trying to like fuck her, you know?
If she's using the app, she is getting bombarded by fucking attorneys and doctors, and I mean, it's everybody. That's the thing. It's a global sexual marketplace now. So if you ain't texting back and you ain't being charismatic, and if you're gonna play the game like today's game, it's like you got to be all in.
And it's like,
again, I get men that are opting out too. I mean, I'd probably be one of those guys right now, but it's insane.
But it seems like he needs like not only mine, but some of his other buddies. Like, I mean, he talks about he's got a buddy who's 27, just turned 27, and is a virgin. He's one of those men you just said.
Yep. And
I mean, he's on all these apps, clearly striking out. And I mean, I don't know that kid at all. It's like, hear stories about him, but I don't even know where I was going with that.
No, that's real, man. That's what's happening. I mean, you see it. Obviously with coworkers, friends, you know, people in your life, just like I see it. I mean, it's fucking real, man. I know a ton of guys like that. Like a ton of guys. Everyone's binging on something, trust me. Dude, I mean, that's why we started this, is it's like, holy shit. It's like, it's not that you have to go out and join a religion, I guess. It's you have to create stability in your life. And I think that's something that's very difficult for people to do today, because we're all kind of our own guide. We don't have God. We don't have Jesus in our life. I mean, there is that, obviously. I mean, for most of Western culture, it's totally reversed, and we're all the same, we're all equal, and our rights and freedoms are more important than anything else. And it's like, I mean, that's a way to live, I guess, but it's not a sustainable way to live. I don't think for long-term happiness. I would argue you are going to have much more fulfillment in your life 10, 15, 20 years down the road than all of us single people fucking, having fun, getting fucked up, doing fun shit all the time. I really mean that. Trust me. I've trained enough people of all ages, dude. I see it every day at work. You're better off with someone than without, even though it's tough now. It is tough because it's a lot of choice, and you know, it's hitting married couples. It's walloping them, man.
Yeah. I think it depends on where you work too, because I think I work on cars with dudes. So it's like, I don't have.
You're not looking what I look at.
Yeah,
every day.
like you work at a gym, you know. So it's like you correct. Obviously have girls that apparently don't wear bras anymore, which is fine. That's totally fine. But like, they're just like, hey, can you spot me? I don't have that. So it's like, it's easy for me to sit here on my high horse and be like, how the fuck can anyone cheat? You know, like, my God, man. And like, McKenna works at home now. So.
But because of the internet, I mean, you could get on Bumble or Tinder. I know you wouldn't, but you could. And trust me, I know a lot of married guys that do.
Yeah, I guess.
That get on and try to start swiping, because you can step outside your social circle. So yeah, you work with all guys right now.
Yeah.
Well, almost all guys. But before the iPhone and all that was it for you. It was like, you got your wife, you went home to your kid, and then you went to work, you know, where you're just working with men. whatever your environment is. Now, I get for me, I still would be around multiple women, but I have to jeopardize my social circle. So the girl I was dating from the gym that I met in person, that's the only way I'll meet people now because it makes it real. It kind of sucks now because now I have to interact with her, and it's awkward. She was there this morning. It was kind of awkward. We're still close. I mean, we're not
cordial.
We're cordial with one another, but it was tough. It was tough. It was a tough breakup, and that makes it hard because I was like, hey, I'm actually trying to do this, and I really was doing a good job of it. Like the first time in my life where I was like, man, I think I might be able to do this, And I told her, it's like, I just want to be able to talk about whatever.
Date?
Yeah, date, be monogamous to one woman. I mean, I really was. I forwent the porn and everything else. I was like, well, and I did it not for her, but for me. I was like, well, maybe if I just chill, the sex was better. I would say the sex was better when you're with one person and you're not watching porn and everything. And then it's not that other women are invisible. I still worked at a gym. I interact with a lot of women every day. It's that it's like, I felt like being with one person was okay with me. Yeah, again, there's other things, and it's not just her, it was on me. I mean, we jumped into it way too fast, and it's a bummer because if we just slowed it down, I don't need to go into it, but obviously I'm single again because I think I talk about having a girlfriend in the next couple episodes here, so it's cool. It is nice because then if I pull myself out, then I'm not practicing polygamy and then essentially alpha widowing all these women where it's like, well, I got the guy, like he blew my back out. He owned a house and he was like, fairly like successful-ish in life. And he was nice and he had friends. And then he just blew my back out a few times. And he like never talked to me again. I mean, that's what's happening on like a fucking global scale right now.
You think that like body count is a factor with certain things, like you're saying?
I think for
being
men
monogamous,
men and women, it is. I mean, it affects us differently. For me, I'm not damaged from it. So if I move forward, it will be hard for me to be monogamous long term. I acknowledge that because of what I've experienced.
That's what, because I'm at 3.
Mm-hmm.
McKenna says that I'm her 5th or 6th, and so she hasn't had.
And now I'm talking to girls that are 20, 21 at the gym that have 40 to 50 partners.
Yeah.
Like you're getting trained on like gangbangs. It's crazy, the stories. You would be amazed at what these girls are doing now. And, because they're all told, hey, go have fun. You're in college, go have fun. It's like they would never have these body counts. They're meeting these guys off Tinder. They're getting diseases off these guys off Tinder. They're getting their brains blown apart. And it's funny. Then they all come to me and ask me, okay, well, what am I doing wrong? And I'm like, okay, so who were you matching with? Oh, a UNC basketball player. Oh, a CSU football player, 6'5", 6'8", athlete. Like you realize, you're swiping on the same men every other girl is swiping on.
Yeah.
So
everyone else.
You don't think that 6'8" UNC basketball player, you think that's the only pussy he's had in the last 48 hours is yours? Yeah. Hell no. Yeah. Not with the Tinder and all that shit. Absolutely not. Yeah. Which, it's given access. It's structured us in these crazy pyramids of polygamous culture. For me, really the last 5 years I've had, I would say on average 4 to 5 sexual partners at any given time, more or less. And again, it's a lot of them more frequently than others, but that's, that was my ability to pull like this number of women from all over Colorado.
No, I remember. I remember when I lived with you there.
I was really bad.
There was times where you'd be like, oh, this girl and this girl. And then I'm backsliding on this girl. And then you'd be like, I don't. And then like a week later, you'd be like, I don't even talk to her anymore. And that's why I remember McKenna was like, I'm going to stop meeting all these girls because she just wanted a fucking partner to go hike with. It's like another girl to go hike and hike 14ers with and shit.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, Eric can't keep a girl around here long enough for me to be friends with. I'm done trying to be friends with any of these girls.
Yeah, that's like, so my parents treat any relationship I have that way, and same with my sister. And again, it's not just men doing it, it's my sister too. I mean, she's been in these very interesting kind of longer term relationships. I think they've all lasted between 3 to 5 years. She's just like me, breaks up every time. And again, I'm not trying to speak ill on her. I do believe this is more of a cultural phenomenon of just like, oh, you get bored. I think for women, it takes longer to get bored than men. For men, We can have a bajillion kids a year if we want. But we all, the Coolidge effect, which is basically the seeking of a new partner, affects every mammal. It just affects every mammal differently. For females, they want genetic diversity, but they're going to be much more selective and it'll be much longer term. So I would see, and I've kind of studied my sister of, okay, once she got bored of the guy, she even said, she's like, oh, I want to go seek new and interesting, and of course they were never married. They didn't have any kids together. They, rented a place together and lived together. But she's like, oh, I'm not feeling it anymore and I can leave. But she was able to do that because she's like me. She grew up with security. I mean, she grew up 2-parent stable household. Our schools were paid for. We were given such a leg up in life. It allows us to think about other things, way more of our rights and freedoms. So if I look at all my cousins, there's 3, including me now, that have a kid. No one else is married. There's 6, biologically related 15 of us, and 3 are married. 2 have kids. 3 have kids, including
But
me.
is it like they were divorced, or
No,
are they like your story of a one night stand?
No. They're married with kids. So yeah. Everyone else is married with kids, but of the families, so all of the kids did very well for themselves financially. Most stayed in 2-parent households. Only one. Actually, the interesting fact that I do like talking or thinking about is the one that got divorced. So of everyone in the family, only got one of my dad and mom's siblings got divorced. Her kids are the ones that are married. Everyone else that had 2-parent stable households, everyone's college was paid for, grew up in a wealthy area in Denver, and other places in the US. Everybody stayed single. And I thought that was really interesting because the more security you have, the more you can tolerate instability in your personal life. That's why I had all the women over. That's why I would do everything I did. I love just going crazy because I really viewed life as, well, this is just a meaningless game of fun. So I'm going to do all the dopamine activities I love to do, Obviously, sex is a phenomenal one. And now you can ask girls out without even facing them.
Yeah.
So course our society is kind of heading in this direction. It doesn't mean there's people not getting in relationships, but I do believe it's tough for them to maintain because the girls know, if you look at any girl's dating app, they have hundreds, if not thousands of likes, different options versus men. It's like a few.
Yeah.
There's always something better. And guys are just trying to grab onto whatever, honestly, at this point. And they're just desperate. And I felt it because I've tried to date online and actually do it. And I found myself, I'm literally not even being myself because I know I'm competing with the world. I know that girls I've dated online the last 3 years, very attractive early 20s girl, she was nice. But I remember I was like, I never would have met this girl in real life. I am not, what am I trying to say? Like, I'm not being myself because I know, like, oh wow, attractive early 20s girl online, like getting blown up. Like her DMs must be fucking insane on Instagram or Hinge is where we met. And I became desperate and you kind of lose yourself. I felt myself lose myself. And then I would just say, fuck it. And just say, well, I would just fall back into the hookup culture because it was easier. I was like, oh, like I'm getting finessed. Like I'm not even being myself. I might as well just fuck, single moms and whoever I can get my hands on because who cares?
It's funny you say that because I felt like I was the exact opposite when I had that Plenty of Fish. Like I was never successful on it, but it was just like I never felt like I was actually being myself in the fact that I'm just like, all right, what am I trying to like portray right now to try and just, I was trying to match what my roommate was doing, just fucking all these other girls. Like
online,
not really. He was, it wasn't so heavy online at that point,
Yeah, because he was meeting girls at the Sundance.
And bars and parties and stuff. But when I was online, it was just it was putting on a front for sure. That's what it seemed like.
I like that. That's a interesting description of it. And for me, it was like I felt more of like a conditioned lab rat trying just to get new pussy. It was almost like a sociopathic take on it. So for you, but were you looking for hookups or for a relationship, or you were just like doing
I was just more like, I don't know. It seemed like what I wanted to do, like, oh, just have these one night stands and this and that, like Nate's doing it, like why can't I, that sounds fun, like who doesn't want to fuck,
Mm-hmm.
But when it came down to it, it was just like that wasn't actually me. And it was like the first time me and McKenna, we met, we hung out, this and that. And it was a couple of, definitely probably like 2 months until I'm trying to think. That was so long ago. It was probably like 2 months or so where we kind of were hanging out here and there, not like every single night, but hanging out here and there. And I thought it was just like, it's not like she was the only girl that I had like met and gotten her number and kind of texted, but it was just like, I figured it wasn't going anywhere. And so when it like actually came down to it, the first time me and McKenna, I already told you this, the first time me and McKenna tried having sex, I couldn't even get hard. It was crazy to me. I was like, what is going on? I felt so demasculated, or if that's even the right word. Like, I was just like, what is going on? Like, you act like you want to have all these one night stands. You can't even fuck this girl you've been talking to for like, it was just like, I was so nervous, and I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. She thought that I wasn't even into her.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I don't know. But now, I don't know who's listening, but it's like literally we're 10 years in, and it's like, you say men get bored, like not us. Like,
That's cool, man.
it's I've never been more attracted to her, and like, just, I don't know, had that fucking creep, dude. Just like more often than not, for sure. It's crazy. And I think it's like partially that maybe that I don't have all that one night stand experience and whatnot, and I just like truly fucking love this girl. But
that's cool, man. I mean, not a lot of people can say that. And again, people married, single, doesn't matter. Like, I'm actually glad you came on, because I think, unfortunately, in today's world, you're like an anomaly. It's weird to say that, but I do believe it's because, again, you don't have the same stimulus that a lot of other people have, where they're just getting their brain just like blown apart, basically, or they think they're just terrible, like, because they're not getting any attention online, like a lot of guys. And again, you're watching it, you're seeing these guys struggle because you work with men. There's no, the solution is you can pull yourself out like me, but then what? Then it's like, wow, like I introduced myself to a girl at the gym the other day. Just as like, hey, what's up? I like picking people's brains about kind of what their experiences has been with technology. And, I get to know people pretty quickly. That's my job, obviously, personal training and meeting people. The conversation led to, okay, when was the last time you were dating someone? It's like, oh, guy on Tinder, of course. And a situationship, just like, wasn't really serious. The fuck is
that? Situationship?
Yeah, it's
like a thing now?
Yeah, it's like where you're just there to fuck and like hang out a little bit. And then you don't put any labels on it, and then you just kind of also maybe fuck other people.
That's exactly what my coworker, I feel like he wants. He just wants to meet someone that he can like occasionally fuck.
Yeah, that's how we're treating each other now. It's hard to do. It's really hard to pull off as a guy. Because then I asked her, I'm like, I bet this guy's really good looking, and she's like, yeah, he's like 6'5" and like really handsome. And I'm like, you understand? He's doing this with multiple women.
Yeah,
if he's able to pull. Because think about, like, if you find him attractive, because then I played the game with her. How many men in here do you find attractive? Oh, like nobody. Yep. Okay. So think about that. All these men are online. Yet you find none of them attractive, but you found this guy attractive and you let him smash, obviously, even without, a real relationship. That man, I guarantee you, he is fucking good looking. And I guarantee you he's fucking other women. So
it's
you think? And
more often, or more likely than not.
Yeah, because it's just like, he's me. He's a version of me. He's probably like, he does better than me, I bet. I'm in the hierarchy status of, you got the weird Asian guy that can blow some backs out. And then you got, 6'5" fucking athlete that's blowing even more backs out. That's how we're structuring ourselves, again, in these kind of polygamous tribes. And I don't think the women are even aware of it. They really think that they're just like, I don't know if they get that they're swiping right on the same 4% of men, 4 to 10% of men.
The guys not getting any matches are the same guys not getting any matches.
Exactly.
And
all the guys getting matches are all the guys getting matches. That's
literally me and Nate were that case study. Like, even before it was really all on the phone, all through like dating apps. It was just like, how is he pulling all these girls and I'm not? Like, what is he doing that I'm not? And like, maybe there's more to that, but it was just like,
I think it's temperament, but again, I think it's a lot of security factors. The fact that, you had less opportunity than me. And again, obviously, your dad passed away when you were young. And it's like, so you didn't have the same 2-parent household. Did Nate come from 2-parent household?
not really.
Not really. Okay.
Yes and no. It's like he didn't actually know. I don't think he knew his biological dad till he was like 20.
Okay.
He didn't like meet him, but his technically stepdad that he called dad, he was there. It was a normal family household throughout high school and most of college.
That helped. I think when you have, so he had some stability in the household. Yeah. I do believe that makes it so you tend to seek attachment more. I do believe for you, listening or knowing about your life, that it makes sense to me that, this guy would be more of a relationship guy, because I think I'd be the same way. I think if I was put in your scenarios and I experienced what you experienced, I probably would be married with a kid too. And again, not that you would be just like me, because I do believe our interests and just kind of how our brains are wired are different. But our experiences really shape us, man. I mean, I do believe that nature versus nurture, it's a lot of fucking nurture for sure.
Yeah.
And it's interesting food for thought of why, you would want security. I would imagine you'd want security as much as for me. I'm like,
So
I
I
don't
think,
need security
okay,
in
that's
my
what I
life.
was going to say. Sorry. I blanked out. I had a brain fart there. That girl I dated in high school, I dated her. It was 3.5 years, and it was just on again, off again. We literally fought and fucked. That's like, we are in the yearbook for like couple that argued the most or something.
Nice.
I'm not kidding you. We are in the fucking yearbook for that. Senior year. We had our high highs and our low lows, and it was just literally, we would break up and we wouldn't be together, and then like the weekend would come around and blah blah blah, and then Monday would come around and we'd make up and we're back technically dating. And I'd always question her and this and that. And then I'll never forget, it was multiple years later. It was like 6, 7, 8 years after high school. I was back hanging out with a bunch of friends, and they were like, one of my friends was like, do you know how many guys Carly fucked? Like when you guys technically weren't dating? And it was like, I had homies that fucked her, like straight, really good friends. And at that point I was like, I ain't even mad. Like, what am I going to ruin one of those friendships?
Yeah. I mean, when you're young and stupid as shit.
Yeah. I was like,
and
it's
again,
fine. Like, I don't care. Like, she came on to them and
well,
like,
shame on me.
but what I'm getting at is it just like, I was hell-bent. Actually, no, what really happened is we were on again, off again, this and that. Then we broke up. We went our separate ways to college. Went back to Glenwood. She was house sitting. She was house sitting and threw a fucking party during like, it's Strawberry Days, which is kind of like the fair, of Glenwood, essentially. She threw a fucking house party at this house she was house sitting at. I ended up fucking her in one of the kids' twin bed. And then after, of course, because I'm a heathen, I go, weren't you dating someone? And she went, well, technically we're broken up. And I was still like so in love with her. And it was like a fucking light switch to, I went from like being all alone in Phoenix, like only going to school with dudes, like thinking about her and dreaming about her, to just like, I just, since that day, never turned back. And I just was like, fuck that girl. And I haven't, besides now and like a couple other rare times, like thought about her and like cared about her. It was crazy. I was just like, oh, okay. So you did this when we were dating the like 3.5 years in high school. Every time that I question you, you definitely did fuck someone else.
Oh, yeah.
And then a couple years after that is when my friends were like, yeah, she definitely fucked this kid and this kid. And like straight friends. Like I had one in my wedding. That's why I was like, it's fine. Whatever. I ain't going to ruin this friendship. And one that I was told did, and I questioned it. He was in my wedding. He was in the wedding party. I was like, yeah. So I think that made me be like, I will never cheat. I will
okay.
always be faithful. I will never cheat. Like, what a shitty fucking thing to do, you know? Because it fucking tore me apart.
Yeah.
Until I fucked her in the kid's bed. Literally a little kid's bed. That was crazy. I can't believe I did that. And then just literally, oh, well, technically we're not together. I was like, it was a light switch. It was crazy.
Female
I was just
nature.
like, yeah, but it was a light switch for me. Just be like, okay, yeah, I'm
you don't
done.
want to do that.
I'm just like, oh my God.
You were done with her.
Yeah, I was so done with her, done thinking about her. And I was just like, what a shitty thing to do. Like, I didn't regret fucking her.
Mm-hmm.
It was like pivotal. It really was. Yeah, it was like 7-8 months after high school. And I remember just being like, still so in love with her. Oh my God. I miss you so much. And then like that happened and I was just like, nah. And so, I don't know. I think that's a huge factor for me, at least, with like I'm over here talking about going out last weekend, all these girls not wearing bras and stuff. And I feel like it's still fine because it's just like, I think me and McKenna are at the point where it's just like, we both know that I'm not actively going to actually do anything. I'm just like, oh, well, I didn't tell her not to wear a fucking bra. She's just walking in front of me with her nipples basically fucking poking through her shirt right now. Like, sorry.
Oh, I can't even imagine 10 years from now. Fuck, it's going to be no tops.
No tops.
Like, shit, I'll be like, I got to get down to Trailhead. I got to get down to
Dude,
Tony's.
no tops. Dudes are going to be wearing skirts.
I mean, that's definitely true. That's already happening.
Yeah. I know that's already happening.
Oh, man. We got the next decade for humanity is going to be insane. Just the AI, the chat GPT, the technologies, everyone's fucking hooked on this shit.
You know what I think about with technology and how everything's so, I'm not trying to get all religious on everyone, but like every Christian, and you know, I don't want to paint a broad brush here. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm not very religious. I'm not religious. I shouldn't say very. I'm not religious. My wife is religious, and we have these talks because it's crazy to me because every Christian for sure is like, when Jesus comes back, when Jesus is coming back and all that, and you know, just like Easter and whatnot. If he fucking came back right now, no one would even believe him. If Jesus actually came back, what would he have to do for you to actually believe that it is Jesus and not just a fucking lunatic? Even if you watched on your phone him make water into wine and feed an entire fucking 5,000 people village with like a half a loaf of bread and a fucking single fish, you'd be like, you'd watch it through your phone and be like, that shit didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's Chris Angel.
Yeah.
That's fucking David Blaine type shit right there. He would have to physically fucking cure you of some shit right to your
walk
face.
on water, like, and
Dude, walk on water through your fucking phone. You'd be like, I've seen this shit hundreds of times already.
It would have to be, But I would say, even if, let's say that he did, he like parts the Red Sea. He like fucking does some crazy shit, and we're assuming it's a he. Like, people don't like that. Well, whatever.
And he better be
squirrel, rabbit, whatever.
You bet your ass he better be a fucking straight white male too, with long hair, or else people's minds are going to be fucking blown if it's not.
Yeah,
at least Western culture minds.
But
see, like, I don't know. It's like McKenna gets mad when I'm just like, okay, like, do you believe in Allah? And she's like, well, no. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm like that, but like with like all religion. Like, I'm just kind of like, really questioning it?
Yeah. Even though Allah isn't that just a Muslim word for God, basically?
I don't know. Okay, well, name one of the like 500 Hindu gods or Buddhist gods. Like, why are they wrong, but you're right?
Well, I think the real question is, why did all these religions pop up? They're all, because all the morals are the same, as like, don't steal, don't kill, like, be a good person, contribute to the community. All the messages were kind of the same. It doesn't matter which culture.
Yeah, but see, I wasn't brought up in religion, and I know that.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I probably shouldn't just like steal and rape and pillage and shit.
No, okay, so I know that too. Also, well, I guess that's Christianity, one man, one woman. But I think that's most religions promote monogamous relationships, actually. And I do, again, people didn't live as long.
Fundamentalist Society of the Mormons, fundamentalist Mormons, they're like
polygamy.
Yeah.
Which
about having them 6, 7, 8
wives.
wives. Yeah.
Even though I don't know if that's that common, honestly. I think especially like local Mormons and here in Fort Collins, I'm pretty sure they're all like just one man, one woman.
No, that's like the
Almost.
fundamentalist ones.
Is that the okay?
I think.
So like traditionally that's an interesting religion to say the least. But,
Yeah.
either way, it's like you get a following behind you or of something that people believe in and you can really sell it to them, whatever that may be, whether it's good or bad. Hitler was great at it. Obviously, that was kind of a bad one. We're not going to get political on this, but there's a lot of people. You could say actually most of the people in our government, we will get political. It's the kind of like the blind leading the blind, where you're just like these fucking clowns. Yeah, and again, I don't want to talk too much into that, but that's always how it's been. It's always been okay. So, because again, it all kind of popped up around the same time. Since we've cultivated land, and agriculture became a thing, and a lot of people started. We started really procreating quite quickly. That these religions popped up. That's what I always thought was interesting. So
I think it was like invented to answer the question of people being like, well, why are we here? Like, sure, I get how I'm here, but like, why are we here? I'm like, well, just read this book and fucking believe that. And like, it's hard for me to just, when I hear someone say something that I question, irregardless to religion, it makes me think like, well, I need a little bit more like facts to, like, do you have any other examples or this or that versus like when you're more religious, like my wife, it's easier to just be like, well, you just have to have faith and just believe, just have faith. And it's like, yeah, but I mean, I need a little bit more than that. Like, you're telling me Noah just fucking built this goddamn ark and he just had all these animals. What? Don't certain animals eat other animals? So did he bring other animals for the one animals to eat? Like, what? I don't get it. Well, just fucking believe and have faith. And I'm like, God damn it.
But again, it was
even that. God damn it. We were talking about that the other night because I say that more often than I should. She hates when I say that. God. And she's just like, don't say the Lord's name in vain. And I'm like, why is it in vain? I would assume that it's not assume, but like in my eyes, I'm like saying God damn it is like God has damned this pen that just stabbed me in the finger, right? Like he has damned it. Like, would it be better to talk more about Satan? Like if there was somehow that like, hail Satan, stab myself in the finger. Would that be better than saying God damn it? Like, why? Why is that bad? You know what I mean? It's just weird to me. I don't know.
I've never had anyone talk about it that way. That's a good food for thought. I like that.
I don't know. Maybe you got to do drugs apparently to fucking think about outside of the box like that, because she has not done drugs like I've done drugs apparently. Not apparently. It's true.
I was going to say that's definitely true.
It's true.
Let's be real. Yeah, either way, it's cool that, again, you met your wife in person. It's very interesting to hear your perspective on the dating apps with your coworkers using it, along with kind of your own perception of it, watching me use it. I think that's very, it's eye-opening of just how much that changed of, if Tinder was out, let's say came out 2 years before and everyone had a phone 2 years before and you and McKenna were using Tinder, you guys probably never would have met each other. It's weird to think of it that way.
We probably still would have met, but like, I don't really know if anything would have happened.
Because you met at a house party, right?
Yeah, it was like a friend's
Halloween party.
Yeah, it was. But she worked with him. I went to high school with him.
Mm-hmm. If she's getting hit up on Instagram, if she's getting hit up on Tinder.
I mean, she was. Things. She talks about, well, I don't know about that, but I was in her own ways on her own version of The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
She wasn't fucking these guys, but she was, kissing them and going on dates and having them buy her flowers and gifts and stuff. And I was like one of 4 dudes, and I don't know I don't even know what I did to win her out or anything.
But you were one of 4.
I was one of 4.
Because she met these guys in person. She would have had to back then. She wasn't meeting them online.
I believe so, yeah.
No.
I don't
really
there
wasn't. Well, again, there was online dating, but it was for people in their early 20s, very stigmatized, and it wasn't like a normal thing to do. I mean, I didn't have any of that stuff till it actually came out. even then, it wasn't an overnight switch. It's been a decade of progression. It really has. And again, these are multi-billion-dollar companies now. I think Bumble last year made $900 million in revenue.
See, I don't understand. How? Do you pay to be on that?
Pay to swipe. They get the men. It's between 50 to 100 men to every one girl on a dating app. And you get the men to be able to swipe it. You make them pay per month, and they can have unlimited swipes, super light.
Okay.
So
pay
it's
to play.
Pay to play. You know, it's pretty expensive though. It's like hundreds of dollars.
Interesting.
And but again, for reproductive success, people will do a lot. So I know men pay. Obviously, they pay it because again, I'm sure some girls do, but it's overwhelmingly men using them, overwhelmingly men paying for them. You know, $900 million in revenue for the year. That's a shit ton. And again, I think per user, they're getting about $25 to $30 a month out of them. That's, I mean, how many? That's a shit ton of users.
Okay.
Globally, obviously, and you know, again, that's why, you know, someone like me talking about this stuff, no one's talking about it because it's a huge driver of capitalism. You know, it's like, is having all this endless choice actually good for our, obviously for society or our mental health? Not argue neither. I would actually argue we're going to be fucked unless we can recognize this and regulate ourselves. Honestly, control some aspects, because I don't know. I just think it's a fucking disaster personally. So.
Well, so do you think the rates of like divorce have gone up since dating apps?
Oh yeah, since the internet. So my dad, I mean, he's a great
internet,
example.
yeah.
Like, but having him on is going to be amazing. But you know, he really became family law only attorney by the early 90s. You know, he was just following the money, and social changes too. A lot of it is different movements and, you know, be yourself and all, you know, this has been going on since the 60s, you know, which is fine. It's just, and then you're going to shift a lot of culture. So, but the reason my dad's made a shit ton of money the last, you know, for his career is he just followed it, and he got busier and busier each year, even through the 2008, 2009, or the .com bubble collapse. That was early or late 90s. And then you have 2008, 2009, financial market collapse, housing market, and then COVID. His business always exponentially got more and more busy, but it's more, I would say, turmoil on top of movements on top of the technology, where people have endless choice. They're told to be themselves, all these things. Then of course you're going to have people separate because they're going to want their autonomy. And, you know, he made money off that. But like universal, this is what's happening on, well, I guess it is universal because it is happening on a global scale. People will still find each other in relationships, but it's way harder. And it's really difficult to tell men and women that it's like, hey, we are different. We're not the same. Like, we are biologically very different. And it's like, yeah, we're equal as human beings, but I guarantee you that if you're 35, 40, 45 and you still think that you're going to be happy showing your ass on Instagram with your OnlyFans or whatever, you won't be. You're going to want a family. You're going to want to be in your position. Or if you're a guy like blowing backs out like me, just having fun, like, I think for most people, you're going to have a lot more fulfillment out of pulling some sort of weight, not just going out and having fun or playing video games or doing all this shit. So
yeah,
that's my theory.
I mean,
We'll
it's
see.
just like you're never going to see eye to eye with anyone ever. Like, I don't have a twin, but I feel like there's twins that just don't see eye to eye on
That's
every
true.
single fucking thing. So it's like being in a relationship, you got to just compromise where it's like, oh my God, like, is it really worth like getting so mad about she wants to paint the fucking room blue and I want to paint it fucking teal or some shit? Like, no, like, whatever. Who cares? The fuck fight you gonna fight, you know? What battle you gonna fight, you know?
Oh, that's good. I mean, it's refreshing to hear that, you know, it's worth it to make it work. Like, you'd rather go home to somebody than not go home to somebody because of blue versus teal, that's what's happening in our culture. Yeah. They're like, fuck, oh, teal, like, I'm out. That's what's happening. Like, because you're so replaceable.
Even if it's just like, even if it's not that, it's just like, okay, we both agreed on teal. And then you just go into the next room and you're like, well, I want to hang a fucking lamp from the ceiling. And it's like, well, I want to hang a fucking ceiling fan. And then you go, what, you going to break up because of that? And it's like, I mean, I get there's bigger points than that,
Mhm.
but not when you're going to like nitpick about every little thing and like not see the bigger picture.
What is the bigger picture for you?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but I guess it's
Well, it's a relationship. You've been together for 10 years. You know, you've had a lot of ups and downs like any relationship, and you've always chose both of you to work through them.
yeah.
And
It's
like you said-
because I know I personally am a better human being when I am with her.
Oh.
I don't know. I think I just care more about not just her, but just other people. I don't know. It sounds really bad. But I was kind of a piece of shit when I was single. I just didn't give a fuck about like you don't get you think I don't give a fuck now? Like I didn't give a fuck then. Like
Yeah. Like really, I mean, that's a lot of guys where you
Yeah.
know, without purpose, you don't give a fuck.
You think you're this alpha male and your shit doesn't stink, but
I
like
don't
in
think a lot of guys
reality,
think
dude,
that.
like come on, like we've all been to the bars and been out at the bars till closing time, then you go play video games. Like no, you're not as cool as you think you are,
No.
you know. At least that was my perspective
Mm-hmm.
with me personally.
No, that's cool. I mean, I think that's
Like
important for people to hear.
even just coming down to the fact of like when you're out, you're intoxicated, you bump shoulders, you step on someone's shoes, you're gonna turn around, you're gonna be like, "What, bro? Fucking get at me!" Or you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, sorry, dude, sorry."
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
some
like-
people, it depends on who the person is. They
Yeah, I
just-
get that. There's a lot more factors than that, but like for me personally, it was just kind of like I'm just a better human being when I have someone like McKenna that cares about me and I care
Damn.
about her.
That's cool, man.
I can't even give good examples. The whole Barson, those are terrible examples, but like I just know as an overall general statement, that's how it is for me.
Mhm.
I'm like, well, I can't just go home, get fucking high, and play video games till 11 o'clock and like barely scavenge something up to play or to eat. I gotta clean the house. I gotta do this. I gotta
Good, man.
try and not really like court her or impress her or anything, but I just have to like be a sufficient fucking partner, a sufficient human being. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like that's
I think that's very well
somewhat
said.
yeah. It's like, oh, I got to do this because I need to do this. I need to accomplish something. Need to be motivated and accomplish something rather than, and that's why I just recently have turned on the Xbox, but I went from playing every single night for 5 or 6 hours when I was single to, I mean, I went like 4 or 5 years without turning it on.
Mhm.
I just recently turned it on and it's like, I can play for like 20, 30 minutes. And then I'm like, all right, what the fuck am I doing right now? I need to go accomplish something. Like we got shit we need to do right now.
Mhm.
And by we, I mean me. I need to accomplish all this shit around the house. You know, fix this, fix that, clean this. Because if I'm not,
No,
it's going to create turmoil and she's going to leave me.
Again, it's why people were meant to be together. And I think it improves men and women because then you kind of stay in. Yeah, you can really help each other out. And then I think, you know, as men, we think very rationally. Women are much more emotional. They think very different than us. And the idea that, you know, she kind of brings you back down to earth, but then you can also bring rational male perspective to her life. And I think that's important because that's how, if you take the general population, that's kind of how we're all wired. You know, I know I'm very much more rational thinking. You know, my sister, who's, you know, a corporate attorney, but she's still female. I mean, she still thinks and acts and behaves as a woman would. You know, again, I know she's dating someone now, and I wish her the best, obviously, off someone online, just like everyone else in today's world. Because, again, everyone's got to navigate this new world in their own way. Because you trying to take away people's rights, freedoms, privileges, like who they are and being themselves, like that ain't going to happen. It's more just like fucking put the phones down. Just like chill for a little bit, go and walk around outside.
Yeah.
Like, and just do just anything else. Just try it, you know?
Well, and like having a kid, he's 10 months old, and we have tried to make the conscious decision of like not physically not being on our phones in front of him.
Mhm.
Because my niece and nephew, they're like 2.5 and 4 or something like that. But I remember when my nephew was he was like 1.5. He was barely learning how to walk, and he knew how to go up to the table, touch the iPhone screen, swipe down, and attempt to put in the code. And this little guy couldn't even talk. He still can't, but like, we're not trying to have that. To not be on our phones in front of him all the time. I don't feel like I'm that reliant on my phone anyways, personally. I mean, I like to use it more as a resource rather than a like time gap filler. Like my one coworker, when he has to eat lunch, it takes him 30 minutes to eat lunch. He can't eat and work because he's got to sit on his phone and he has to scroll through Instagram or this and that. And like, don't get me wrong, I like scrolling through Reddit too, but like when I'm taking a shit, I don't need to do that when I'm all the time at work, like checking my Instagram feed and this and that. I don't even have that, but like if I wasn't so quote unquote reliant on my phone as a resource of like looking things up for things I'm trying to fix, or the directions, map directions, or this or that, or checking when places close and open and blah, 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 as like a resource. That's my thing. I'm trying to use it more as like a resource than, I'm guilty of it. Just like I was just scrolling through fucking Reddit or somehow on the wormhole of like those Snapchat fucking videos. And then next thing I know, I'm like, what the fuck was I just doing for the last hour and a half?
Crazy how addicting that stuff is.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? I don't even know what I didn't learn anything. Nothing was accomplished.
It's dopamine hits.
Yeah. It's not even like I was happy, though. No. I'm just like, what was...
It's
I just felt
numbing.
like I just lost 2 hours of my life.
It's a drug. It's very numbing. TikTok, they've banned it in Montana now.
Well, it's good.
Yeah. People are waking up that it's like, this shit's fucking addictive as hell. You start scrolling through anything, you get lost. And it's like the next thing 5-10 minutes is gone. Yeah. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck was I just looking at? I mean, so it's funny you talk about that with your son. Like for my son, it's gonna be the same thing. Now, again, I know last time I was over at his house, he was looking at YouTube kid reels. And it was like just a reel of like, it's scary as shit. This is real. Yeah. And it's fucking like Mr. Beast videos, but it's short very of it and stuff like that. And then it's like scrolls up and then it's another one. It's all kid friendly, but it's very, well, fuck, you're right. No, from what I saw, it was kid friendly, but you're right. I'm sure that people post all kinds of shit. My neighbor
Billy has those kids. They somehow were on a Disney app and they were looking at sex. They like, he doesn't even know. They
got on it. Yeah.
He was like, how the fuck does this Disney? It was crazy. They were like Googling sex and they were looking. I don't even know. And he was fucking livid though. He was, but I mean,
it's what you get if you put
5, 8, and 10, and they have tablets and
kids are looking at porn at like 5. Yeah. Or 6. I guarantee you, my son, I would not be surprised if, and he's got an older brother, like there's been hub videos watched of some kind. Yeah. Or some sort of pornographic something.
Oh, I believe it.
And it's like, holy shit. Like, even if you hide it from your kids, I think it would be very hard because their friends are going to have phones and all this other shit. So
my first phone was high school. I don't even know how the hell you would do that. I don't know how the hell I'm going to not get my kid a phone till high school.
Oh, I'm going to get a phone, flip phone. Yeah, flip phone.
But
yeah, he's going to get a flip phone, but it's more like just you can communicate with me. And then when you use a phone, it's like, hey, like this, we got to start teaching people how to use them properly. Kids, everyone, all adults, just like, hey, AI is here. Terminator's here. It's a digital in your face numbing effect kind. And it's happening to all of them. And it's how do you regulate that? And it's like, okay, what are you consuming? It's like, it's so hard to be mindful every time you open it up because your brain is going to seek the most dopamine driving activity, on it, phone, computer, anything. And obviously, whatever that may be for anybody, it's very hard to walk away from. You got to teach your son that as much as I do of just like, man, like, you're probably not going to shield it from him. So you got to explain everything. You got to be like, whatever you see, show it to me. And then we're going to talk about it. And then this is what it is. Oh, you said sex, obviously, because that's like most of the internet. All right, well, this is how babies are made. This is a pretty unrealistic version of it. this is not normal. This is, whatever you've seen, you show me, just show it all. Doesn't matter. Do the opposite of what my parents did. Just be like, that's bad, don't do it. It's, oh yeah, that's what you want to tell a kid to do. It's like, no, you gotta watch it with your dad. You're gonna explain, okay. Yep, so that's how babies are made. Very stimulating. This is what's happening while you're watching it. Literally, your little reptilian brain. My son, I talked to him, he's a smart kid. He'll understand it, age appropriate, feeding the frontal cortex, saying, hey, procreate, procreate, procreate. And trying to walk away from that is very hard. Your dad has had a very difficult time doing it. I still do. It's not easy. It's very hard for me to walk away from it, especially for the shit I've experienced. But again, no one ever was like telling me, hey, there's nothing more exciting than a new naked woman. Okay. We all kind of figured it ourselves when we were younger for our generation. No one, but our parents didn't know with the internet and shit. They didn't have any of that. So they had no idea what they were dealing with. We do. So we have a responsibility to teach ourselves and other people how to use it. And I think that's what most of this podcast is figuring out how to do that, honestly.
I just still, and it's even before you even started doing this podcast, I just am trying to use my phone as a resource. Like if I'm not actually learning something, like learning, i.e. looking at like service manuals on things I'm trying to repair, or videos related to that, or at least something that's somewhat educational. If I'm just watching
like the reels are the dangerous ones,
just stupid shit.
Yeah. That's all that is. Yeah.
And like, I mean, we've all been sucked into like, why did I just watch like an hour and a half of just like even animal videos? Like it's fine. It's not like it's harmless in the fact that it's not like you're watching hardcore porn, I guess, but it's like you're watching like cat videos. But
I would argue it's no different, man. It's not as stimulating of a dopamine drip, at least especially for men. But
I
guess
thing.
My mom loves watching like cat videos on Instagram. She has Instagram, and she's totally hooked on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess when you say it like that, it's just like, what the fuck was I just doing for 2 hours? Mm-hmm. Like I could have. What really gets me is when I watch 30, 40 minutes of stupid shit like that. And then I'm like, oh, well, now I don't have time to clean the kitchen because I need to go to bed, and like, I didn't actually accomplish anything that like needed to happen.
No.
I'm just sitting here watching cat videos instead of cleaning or figuring other things out that, are in the real life physical things in front of me, like, oh, I needed to do this and this and this, and instead I just sat here and watched cat videos for 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That frustrates the shit out of me.
Welcome to...
I don't do that much anymore, but I've been a victim of it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, that was so stupid.
That's right. Self-awareness, man. That's good. That's a good start. Trust me.
And so I just recently, well, it's probably been 3 months. I got a Reddit now, right?
Okay.
And so I get caught up in scrolling on it, but I also, this at least helps me justify having it, I try and help people. I'm on this like 4th gen Forerunner forum and a Tundra forum, and I try and help people. Like I've just diag shit and not want to put their head through a fucking wall that I've already been through. Like just random shit like that. And people being like, does anyone have the wiring diagram for this? And I'm like, yo, motherfucker, tell me this, this, and this, and I'll pull it up for you. And I do. And I've helped people with that. Not a lot.
That's cool, man. I didn't know you were doing that.
Right. I mean, I'm just like, why the fuck not? I can help people with that.
But that's like a positive. It's like kind of this podcast. It's a positive use of the digital
space. But it's like, it's when I think about it, it really is just like helping me justify having it, because it's like, if we're breaking Reddit into 100%, that's like, I'm using that for less than 10% of it.
Okay.
Helping people.
So why did you download it?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Okay.
So something to look at while I take a shit, dude.
Okay.
Honestly.
But that's fair. So you just downloaded it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. I like that honest response. It's good.
Because all I have is that and Snapchat for like social media.
Social media, right? Yeah. Well, shit, dude. So I guess we'll leave the listeners with, if you could say, what would your advice be to young men, like when you were around your age when you met McKenna, that I think are having a hard time meeting girls? Now, I know you guys met at a party. What would you say is the best way? Because I do believe you really love your wife.
Oh, definitely.
And I don't know if I always believe that with other people that I see that with. What would your recommendation be for men? Because again, I do believe it's a lot easier to love someone when you have less choice, they have less choice, and you meet in person. Because I think most men today are like scared out of their minds to meet girls. I know it's nerve-wracking because it was nerve-wracking for you.
I think it's more just like being your true honest self and who you like actually are. And like, it sounds really bad, but like everyone is told like, you can do anything you want to do and be whoever you want to be. And you're a king and I'm a queen and oh my God. And it's like, but honestly, you're not. And like, I've accepted that like someone's going to have to fucking fix the king's chariot, right? That's me. That's fine. I've accepted that. And it's been easier for me. That's not really a relationship advice. That's more just like a life advice.
Yeah,
like,
I like that.
Just, when you get to be like, I just think it's funny because I think the whole narrative is that you can do anything you want to do, and you can. But if you're just gonna, if you're not gonna actually take any steps towards trying to do it, if like I want to make $300K a year and be an engineer and blah blah blah, but I'm not gonna go put in the work at like school and study, like then it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna just be handed to you. Like that's just not how it works. And so like for me, it was easier just accepting where I'm at in life and like what I know, kind of like staying in your lane type shit, like, I mean, that's why it's pretty bold for me to talk about like religion and politics and finance and stuff, because I'm like, I don't know. I have my opinions, but like, it's like assholes. Everyone's got one.
Oh.
But like, I just think that's been the easiest thing for me. Is just realizing like where you're going to be in life, and everyone thinks that they're just fucking the shit and they're the coolest person in the room and whatnot. And it's just like, sometimes you're just not. Most of the time you're not. And most of the time you're not as cool as you think you are. You're not as hot as you think you are. Just turn off all them fucking filters and just be real, and just call it how it is. Call a spade a spade. That's how it's always been for me. Just say it how it is. Everyone's told me what they think it is. Everyone thinks that I'm related to fucking Saddam. And I'm like, well, I thought I'd be shitting on a gold toilet by now. I sure get all the rep for being related to him, except I don't get any checks. Like, why am I not getting any of this
oil checks?
Yeah, where's this fucking oil money at? God damn it. But like, that's just been my personal.
Just to be okay with just who you are. You're like, fuck, I'm just me. Fuck
just like, no, I ain't no basic bitch. And it's like, yes, you are. We all are just basic bitches.
Most of
just
us.
Going through life. Just I turned left while you turned right. But at the end, we're all just meeting in this hole, getting kicked in the chest via Sparta, just going down that hole. Like, that's just where it's all ending up.
That is
you can be
living life.
Elon motherfucking Musk over here, Mark Zuckerberg, but when it comes down to it, we're all gonna fucking just die at the end of this story.
That is definitely true. And so to finish, would you say, how do you view life right now? Is it kind of cool? I mean, I know your job's been tough and stuff, but overall, would you consider your life
like who doesn't hate their most people hate their fucking job.
Exactly. Well, so would you consider your life like, hey, like, I don't want to die tomorrow, but if I did, like, I like where my life was.
I have no regrets.
No regrets.
I've got all toys a man could want. I have a great house. I have a great wife. I have a healthy child. I don't know. Everyone has their wishes and like, oh, well, I wish this and that. But like, when it comes down to it, it's just,
you seem pretty content.
It could be, it's easier to just be like content with where things are.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not going to actually physically go and put in that fucking grind and just like, I've seen people doing school, homework, all this, college life. I'm like, I would have never been able to do that. Sure, it's easy for me to look at certain friends that have degrees and, you know, and this and that. And like, I'm pretty confident that I could be an engineer, but I'll never be an engineer because I'll never put in that fucking work to like do all that schoolwork and whatnot. Do I think I'm competent enough to do it? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to actually go do it? No. So like, stop fucking just hoping and wishing one day you'll just wake up and get it. You know what I mean?
No,
Like if you're not going to try, you're not going to get it.
that's correct. No matter what you want in life, man. For
So,
anything.
Yeah. If you're not going to go approach that girl at the bar, you ain't going to get it.
That's it.
If you're not going to try, you're not going to be nice, you're not going to respond to text messages, not going to put in the work, you're not going to get it.
And that's important for anyone. It's you gotta keep swimming. I just think a lot of people are like done, man. They just don't want to swim anymore. But again, you got a reason to swim. Obviously, we both have kids. You know, when you got a reason to swim, you're just like, fuck. I mean, you really change your perspective. Yeah, perception of life changes for sure. I think it's cool. I mean, at least for me, it's been very positive. And again, even before I found out I had a kid, I was like, like there's probably like better ways to live my life and ways where I'm like, I don't want to look back on my life and just be like, I just didn't care and I just went out and had a bunch of fun. For me, and look at someone like you and been like, like that's kind of cool. Like you're really pulling some weight.
But see, you just said it right there. Like you have this kid, now you're like, now I have like a reason to give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, that's what I was saying. Like McKenna brought that out in me too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even before having a kid, she gave me a reason to give a fuck.
Yeah.
It seemed, because, you know, I'm not saying I give all these fucks now, but I definitely didn't when I was single.
No.
Just like, whatever. Couldn't have cared less about.
I'm sure you'd be if you were single today. You know, if you're single and you're like your age now, your life would have been crazy. So different.
Yeah. I'd probably be falling victim to it all. Oh, I have some of these apps, but I just go home, get high, and play video games.
Yep. Oh, I guarantee it. Like millions of other men are doing right now. That's for everyone to decide. You're in this moment, just like I am, and you move forward, and that's life. Till next week, this has been Less Tech, More Neck with Eric, and DeVanté will be back, and hopefully he's behaving himself in Dallas. So talk to you guys later. See ya.
Let's take more neck. Y'all hear what I say? Let's take more neck for your mother and your brother. We gon' hear from Eric and DeVanté. It's strange times and these are strange days, and it's strange people living strange ways. So expect let's take more neck.